What innocent item gets suspicious if you own too much of it? Dog cages. For me, water. My neighbors had well water and would dry up. They asked if they could run a hose and put it in their well. They would pay what was owed. Did this a lot last summer, no big deal, they paid. Then they bought a big above-ground pool. Filled it for them, they always paid. My part was always around the same, so I wasn't bent out of shape. One day the water meter guy knocked with an officer wanting to know why I was using so much water. I explained, showed the many hoses to reach my neighbors, and they were there to help explain. They explained to me that much water usage was throwing a red flag. So they were sent out to investigate to make sure no marijuana growing was happening. Pictures of a person. Drain cleaner. Canned air dusters. Some people like to get high off them. I worked at a pool supply store. They sell an extra strong peroxide as an alternative to chlorine, IDKY, but we had to report large purchases to the FBI. Reported this guy after we used his customer info to search his address on Google Earth. It was rural and had a few different outbuildings. Seemed sketchy. FBI got back to us a few weeks later. He was using the chemical to clean animal skulls he bought from a slaughterhouse. Then he carved the skulls and sold them. The FBI lady said he showed her his whole process. And it was pretty impressive. Cash. If you have too much cash, it's automatically an assumption that you traffic drugs in some way. Lube, cough syrup, duct tape. I saw what I would describe as a suspicious amount of peanut butter in the bed of a truck once. I think 2 or 3 12-pack cases. I would say scissors, but that would be self-incriminating. So single socks, bleach, dolls. I saw a TIFU post about a guy who bought a bunch of pressure cookers on sale to give to friends as gifts. Turned out that set off some anti-terrorism flags. So I'm gonna go with pressure cookers. Freezers, tampons. A guy we know hoards them because he thinks if the government collapses they will become a hot commodity that he can use to trade. I'm talking a shed full of boxes. All kinds. Unbeknownst to him, menstrual cups exist and rags. Edit. Well, this blew up. He's an odd bird. There is also a shed full with bins of socks. He wears them once, tosses them in a Rubbermaid bin, and once filled it gets placed in the shed. People have suggested donating them, but he says he doesn't want others to have access to his DNA. Mental illness is real. Hand sanitizer bottles. Pseudoephedrine. Mayonnaise.